Hi guys, welcome back to my class. I'm your Korean teacher, Emma from CMILE. What did you learn during the previous class? We covered how to link sentences or clauses using connective endings like 고, 지만, 거나, and 은데, 는데. Then what about today? What's in store for us in this lesson? Well, you're going to learn some more endings, but this time they are related to the purpose of the subject in the sentence. Before moving on, let's check out some vocabulary you're going to need in this lesson. Please repeat after me as a memory aid. 아버지, 만나다, 중국, 찾다, 은행, 노트북, 빌리다, 일어나다, 요가하다, 매트, 앉다, 홍콩, 바다, 여행, 떠나다, 휴일, 허거, 먹다, 다음, 달, 사다, 세계일주, 태권도, 배우다, 축구, 선수, 되다, 타다. Good job! Now let's move on to page 163. The first ending is 으러. Let's watch a video to make an educated guess as to what its role is in the sentences.
카이는 아버지를 만나러 중국에 가요.
저는 식사를 하러 카이의 식당에 갈 거예요.
히토미는 돈을 찾으러 은행에 왔어요.
로아는 노트북을 빌리러 아람이 집에 왔어요.
카이는 아버지를 만나러 중국에 가요. 카이는 중국에 가요. Kai goes to China. Why? 아버지를 만나러, to meet his father. Before moving on to the next sentence, here is a brief FYI. Father and mother in formal Korean is 아버지 and 어머니. Like saying daddy or mommy in English, there are words in Korean that are more informal, such as 아빠 and 엄마. 존은 식사를 하러 카이의 식당에 갈 거예요. John will go to Kai's restaurant to have a meal. 존이 식당에 갈 거예요. Why? 식사를 하러, to have a meal. Did you get the point? Can you tell when we need to use this 으러 connective ending? Yes, when we need to show the purpose of the subject's action. So when this 으러 ending is used, action verbs are used as the predicate of the following clause. Some of them are like to go, 가다, to come, 오다, to go to a place constantly, 다니다, to come out, 나오다, to come in, 들어오다, to go out, 나가다, to go into, 들어가다, and so on. When the verb stem ends in a consonant other than 리을, 으러 is attached, as in 찾으러. And when it ends in a vowel or the consonant 리을, 러 is used, as in 만나러. Then now please try to say these sentences in Korean. 히토미는 돈을 찾으러 은행에 왔어요. 로하는 노트북을 빌리러 아람이 집에 왔어요. Good job! Repeat after me out loud. 카이는 아버지를 만나러 중국에 가요. 존은 식사를 하러 카이의 식당에 갈 거예요. 히토미는 돈을 찾으러 은행에 왔어요. 로하는 노트북을 빌리러 아람이 집에 왔어요. The next connective ending is 으려고. Let's watch a video and again try to catch when we are supposed to use it.
아람이는 운동하려고 아침에 일찍 일어나요.
히토미는 요가하려고 매트에 앉았어요.
카이는 드럼을 치려고 의자에 앉았어요.
저는 친구를 만나려고 홍콩에 가요.
아람이는 운동하려고 아침에 일찍 일어나요. 아람이는 아침에 일찍 일어나요. Why? 운동하려고, to exercise. 히토미는 요가하려고 매트에 앉았어요. 히토미는 매트에 앉았어요. Why? 요가 하려고. To do yoga. Aha, you got it, didn't you? Again, this ending is related to the subject's reason for doing something. But this time, it is not limited going to or coming from somewhere. It can express any reason for performing the action, like exercising, doing yoga, etc. Let me point out one more difference between 으러 and 으려고. While 으러 can't be attached to a verb in the negative form, 으려고 can. For example, to get rained on in Korean is 비를 맞다. And a building is 건물. So to say you went into a building to avoid getting rained on, you can't say 비를 안 맞으러 건물 안으로 들어갔어요. 들어가다 is an action verb, but 안 맞다 is in the negative form, and the ending 으러 can't be attached to one of those. So it should read 비를 안 맞으려고 건물 안으로 들어갔어요. Or 비를 맞지 않으려고 건물 안으로 들어갔어요. When it comes to 으려고, we follow the same rules as for 으러. When a verb stem ends with a consonant other than real, 으려고 should follow. But when it ends with a vowel or the consonant real, then 려고 should be attached. Keeping that in mind, again, please pause the video for a moment and say these sentences in Korean out loud, and then replay to check your answers. 카이는 드럼을 치려고 의자에 앉았어요. 조는 친구를 만나려고 홍콩에 가요. When it comes to this one, 만나다 is not in a negative form, and the predicate of the following clause is 가요, so the ending 으러 also can be used. 조는 친구를 만나러 홍콩에 가요. Now repeat after me out loud. 아람이는 운동하려고 아침에 일찍 일어나요. 히토미는 요가하려고 매트에 앉았어요. 카이는 드럼을 치려고 의자에 앉았어요. 조는 친구를 만나려고 홍콩에 가요. If you add the word 하다 to the ending 으려고, then it becomes 으려고 하다. And this can be attached to a verb to indicate the intention to or plan to do something. As with 으려고, the subject can be in the third person in these types of sentences. Let's watch a following video to see how we use it.
아람이는 바다로 여행을 떠나려고 해요.
히토미는 휴일에 할머니를 만나려고 해요. 로하는 카이의 식당에서 훠궈를 먹으려고 해요.
카이는 다음 달에 자동차를 사려고 해요.
바다로 여행을 떠나요. In Korean, this literally means to leave to go traveling to the sea. The dictionary form of to leave is 떠나다, and as it does in this case, if the stem ends in a vowel or the consonant 리을, then 려고 하다 is attached. 떠나려고 하다. 아람이는 바다로 여행을 떠나려고 해요. 로하는 카이의 식당에서 훠궈를 먹으려고 해요. 에서 at, 카이의 식당에서 at Kai's restaurant, 훠궈를 먹으려고 해요. He's planning to have 훠궈. Here, as in the case of 먹다, if the stem ends in a consonant other than 리을, then 으려고 하다 is attached. 먹으려고 하다. 로하는 카이의 식당에서 훠궈를 먹으려고 해요. Now, please try to set these sentences out loud in Korean. Then check if your answers are correct. 히토미는 휴일에 할머니를 만나려고 해요. You may use the word 뵈다 instead of 만나다 here. 뵈다 means to meet someone older or with a higher social position. So if you use 뵈다 here, it would be 히토미는 휴일에 할머니를 뵈려고 해요. 카이는 다음 달에 자동차를 사려고 해요. Okay, now repeat after me out loud. 아람이는 바다로 여행을 떠나려고 해요. 히토미는 휴일에 할머니를 만나려고 해요. 히토미는 휴일에 할머니를 뵈려고 해요. 로하는 카이의 식당에서 훠궈를 먹으려고 해요. 카이는 다음 달에 자동차를 사려고 해요. The last stem you're going to learn today is 으려고 했다, the past tense of 으려고 하다. It indicates that you planned or tried to do something, but it didn't happen as expected. In the following video, let's see how to use this term.
아람이는 세계 일주를 하려고 했어요.
히토미는 태권도를 배우려고 했어요.
로아는 축구 선수가 되려고 했어요.
카이는 비행기를 타려고 했어요.
아람이는 세계 일주를 하려고 했어요. Aram planned and tried to travel around the world, but eventually things didn't work out for some reason. Again, please pause the video for a moment and try to describe the following situations in Korean. Then replay it to check your answers. 히토미는 태권도를 배우려고 했어요. 로하는 축구 선수가 되려고 했어요. 카이는 비행기를 타려고 했어요. Good job! Repeat after me out loud to practice one more time. 아람이는 세계 일주를 하려고 했어요. 히토미는 태권도를 배우려고 했어요. 로하는 축구 선수가 되려고 했어요. 카이는 비행기를 타려고 했어요. Now let's go to page 169 to solve the questions there to review what we've learned today. Number 1. Choose the right picture. 조는 친구를 만나려고 홍콩에 가요. 조는 홍콩에 가요. 왜요? Why? 친구를 만나려고요. To meet his friend. So picture number 3 is the correct answer. 카이는 다음 달에 자동차를 사려고 해요. 다음 달에, in the next month, 자동차를 사려고 해요. He's planning to buy a car. So picture number 4 best describes the sentence. Now question number 2. Complete the sentence. Choose from the list. 히토미는 태권도를 배우. The sentence should be in the past tense, so out of the list, only 으려고 했어요 can be the correct answer. 히토미는 태권도를 배우려고 했어요. Hitomi tried to learn taekwondo, but she couldn't do so for some reason. Number 2. 카이는 다음 달에 자동차를 사. This should be in the present tense, so the answer would be 려고 해요. 카이는 다음 달에 자동차를 사려고 해요. He's planning to buy a car next month. Number 3. 히토미는 요가하 매트에 앉았어요. Why did Hitomi sit on a mat? Yoga, to do a yoga. The connective ending that shows the purpose of doing something is 으려고. So, 히토미는 요가하려고 매트에 앉았어요. Number 4. 로하는 축구 선수가 돼. This should be in the past tense, so 으려고 했어요. 로하는 축구 선수가 되려고 했어요. He intended to become a soccer player, but for some reason that didn't happen. Number 5. 조는 식사를 하, 카이의 식당에. These words seem to indicate that John will go to Kai's restaurant to have a meal, and we know that to indicate the reason for going somewhere, you can use at least 2 types of endings, 으러 and 려고. So let's choose 으러 갈 거예요 as the answer. 조는 식사를 하러 카이의 식당에 갈 거예요. Number 6. 히토미는 돈을 찼 은행에. These words seem to mean that Hitomi went to a bank to withdraw some money. Again, this sentence needs an ending that shows the reason for going or coming somewhere, like 으러 or 려고. So 으러 왔어요 would be the answer. 히토미는 돈을 찾으러 은행에 왔어요. Number 7. 아람이는 바다로 여행을 떠나. The only ending in the present tense on the list is 으려고 해요. So 아람이는 바다로 여행을 떠나려고 해요. Aram is planning to leave on a trip to the sea. Number 8. 카이는 아버지를 만나 중국에. It sounds like Kai will go to China to meet his father. Either 으려고 or 으러 can be used here to indicate the purpose of Kai's trip to China. So the answer is 카이는 아버지를 만나러 중국에 갈 거예요. Now, let me tell you a personal story about a plan that didn't end up working out. 저는 친구랑 여행하러 태국에 가려고 했어요. 하지만 업무가 많고 바빴어요. 비행기 티켓도 샀지만 태국에 못 갔어요. 언젠가 미국에 가려고 해요. 꼭 가고 싶어요. Now it's your turn. Please pause the video for a moment and share with us a personal experience about something not going as planned. Please use your dictionary if needed and don't limit yourself to words that you've already learned. Excellent. So today you learned how to describe the reason for doing something using the connective ending 으려고, your plans using 으려고 하다, and past plans that didn't work out using 으려고 했다. Then what are you going to learn about next time? We'll be learning about endings related to the conditions surrounding certain situations or actions. Wow! Now you've already finished the 23rd lesson of the CMAL Korean for Beginners class curriculum. Maybe some of you are thinking, it's too hard to learn Korean. There are so many particles and endings that all sound so similar, but the teacher always say they are slightly different. And even when she explains the details, I don't really get it. It just all sounds so confusing. Well, it's no problem if you do feel that way. It's natural to think that something's difficult when you learn it for the first time, and as you know, no language has the exact same structure and features. So, learning a new language is always challenging, regardless of your language background. But think about this. When you're saying something in your mother tongue, are you consciously thinking of the grammatical technicalities of each term and expression you say? Not really, unless there's a specific reason for really being careful. Sentences just flow out naturally and you express what's on your mind. It's because you've already observed the elements of your mother tongue by listening to hundreds of thousands of different sentences since childhood. So, the point I want to make is that even without perfectly understanding the technicalities of what I'm explaining in these videos, you can successfully continue to learn Korean. The purpose of the curriculum is to help you grasp the usage of Korean language faster, since most of you don't have the time to expose yourself to thousands of Korean sentences to get to figure them out over a long period of time. Even though there are some points that you don't fully grasp, please don't be too stressed out about it. Just try to remember what you can, and as you encounter more and more cultural facts and Korean sentences, one day you may suddenly understand. The less stressed out about it you are, the longer you'll stick with this language learning journey. So I hope you continue to enjoy learning Korean. Your efforts will definitely pay off. Again, thank you for watching this video to the end, and see you soon. Bye!